Good morning, guys. It's St. Patty's Day. Coming at you with a Thorn coin. How to buy it, when to buy it, what to do, all this stuff. So, as you can see from the chart here, I've zoomed it out to 1 day, and there is some decent arbitraging opportunities to be happening. Keep in mind the price difference between 620 and 600. With 4 zeros in front of each of those. It's about 2 cents. So, if you have 2,000 Thorn and you're arbitraging that, you're looking at about 40 Thorn per sell and buyback. Which I'm not going to get really too far into arbitraging on this video, but there's decent opportunities there if that's your cup of tea. In doing that, you will, assuming that you do at least one sell and buy back per day, you'll get more Thorn per day than you would doing long-term staking. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is there's been a few questions on, like how to buy, a little bit of just basic marketplace stuff. So if you scroll down here, you can, buy, you can click it over to sell, you can change your tab for whatever is appropriate for what you're trying to do. You input the amount of Thorn that you have, and you can do the price that you want. So there's a few different options. You can, try to, you'll match the highest or lowest ask, right? So right now it's 61.96, and you could buy 203 of them for that price. And if you're just trying to buy a couple thousand, I would probably recommend just take that little 4/100ths of a penny, so whatever that 1/25th of a penny difference more, and just go ahead and pop it for 6,200, and you'll get the vast majority of the Thorn that you want right now, and then within the next few hours or so, the rest should appear in your account. But you can also just do the last, keep in mind this is the last price that it was traded for. Put in your amount of Thorn, and as long as you've got, or an amount of Thorn that you want, so we'll say 2,000, at the last price. I don't know why I just jumped over there. But so as long as you've got 0.1211, or 0.1212, we'll say, that should go through. No. As long as you got 0.122, that'll definitely go through. Or no, yeah, 0.121 would cover that. Because you got to cover the fee as well, which usually that is included in the total here. Sometimes it's not, but just keep that in mind. That's if you're trying to buy. You can pick your price. You can also, let's say, you don't want to buy at 60.40 or 6,200. You want to buy at 6,000, right? So you could do that too. And just keep in mind that it'll take a little while for that order to be filled. But as long as the price doesn't run away dramatically, just have a little patience and it will happen. Now, if you wanted to sell, it would be very, very much the same process. But you would want to go over to the bid column, right? So right now, there's 360 Thorns that are, people want to buy 360 Thorns, and they want to pay $60.50 for those. So you can go ahead and fulfill their buy order and get paid immediately, right? Or you can go ahead and pop it for, 6,200 or 61.96, or try and scumbag people and lowball them at 61.95. It's really up to you, whatever you want to do. There are advantages to being the top in the top column here. and there are advantages to picking a price and sticking to it. But that would be how you would sell. So if you have, for example, a long-term stake, and come on, man. Okay, well, whatever. There we go. Do, do, do. So let's see. 16 March, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. Yeah, so I got about 6.5 Thorn yesterday, and that actually did show up in my dashboard here. So I'd go back to the exchange if I was trying to sell my daily interest, and so it looks like the price already dropped a little bit. But, nope. You go to the sell, and not 25. Thank you, autofill. We'll say 6.5. And if I just wanted to sell it right now to get Bitcoin to send back to my wallet, I would hit last, and it would give me this much Bitcoin. So keep in mind, folks, there is a minimum withdrawal. Now I don't remember. I don't think there is a minimum withdrawal for Thorn. Like, they won't let you do it. But keep in mind, you do have to at least cover the cost of the transaction fee, which is 0.001. So if you have 0.0015, I would not withdraw back to your wallet, because then like 2/3 of your earnings are just going to transaction fees. That's a lot. So personally, I don't withdraw until I have at least 0.01, because I'm okay with 10% or less for a cost of getting my money. But I definitely don't want to pay, 20% of my earnings are going to transaction fees, or 50%, or whatever it is. I definitely, I don't want to do that. That's cutting pretty heavily into my profit. And to be honest, even 10% is a pretty heavy cut into your profit. But that would be, for me, I don't withdraw anything less than 0.01. I just don't do it. I would prefer to stay, wait till I've got 0.02 or 0.015 or something like that. And that's when I like to withdraw, just so that the transaction fee hurts a little bit less. But just keep in mind, you do have to pay it. It is what it is. So that is just a real quick how to buy, how to sell, and keep in mind, guys. Let's go back to the exchange. Like, let's say that you had, $1,000 that you were looking to put into Thorn right now, and so you come in, and you look at it and you say, okay, so the top bid is 60.60, so with my $1,000, I should be able to get at least 2,000 Thorn, right? So let me put that in for one more, 60.60. I'm like, okay, well, I've got 0.123 or whatever, or 0.13 Bitcoin, so that's not enough. So, like, okay, let's go ahead and get some more. So you figure it out, so you've got 0.13 Bitcoin here, and you get it to where this equals pretty darn close to 0.13, so like 0.129 or something like that. And you're getting whatever. Just lost my train of thought, but okay, let's say you did have 0.121. 1.121. 1 point or 0.1218, we'll say, or or 0.122 or something like that. That's the amount of Bitcoin that you had in your wallet balance here, right? And so you're like, okay, so 2,000 Bitcoin or 2,000 Thorn, that's enough. That's close enough to what I've got. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's place this buy order, and you do it, and then you only see 398 Thorn in your dashboard when you go back to your dashboard. Well, keep in mind that you're just going to have a little bit of patience for the rest of that order to get filled. And you'll see down here under recent orders, you will see your order, and it'll show like, okay, let me, probably the best way to do this is just let me throw up that 6.5, and let's do it for okay, so that's right around 58 cents or so, approximately. So I can do that, right? And it's not going to get fulfilled. So you'll see it pops up down here. There's your order number. If there's ever any problems with the order, that's you can send that to support. It'll tell you when you started it, what type it is, and then over here, it'll show you how many have been fulfilled down here versus the total. So if you're trying to buy 2,000 Thorn and you put it in and you only got 400 of them, it would say 400, and then you would have 2,000 over in this price, in this column, okay? So keep in mind, as it gets filled, this number will increase. And then once it's completed, the status will go to complete. And you can go ahead and click on the little magnifying glass option to get more detail on that trade, and it'll show you all the ones that came in, right? So keep in mind each of these prices here, right? So here we've got at 6,000, there's 4,081 Thorn being thrown up there, right? Sorry, 1928. There's 1,928 of these things being thrown up there for that price. That does not mean necessarily that it is one guy that has, that almost 2,000 Thorn that he's looking to sell at that price. It could be, but that could also be 2 or 3 people, that have 600 Thorns each or whatever, that they're trying to sell that for that price. It could be 10 people that have a couple hundred Thorn apiece that they're trying to sell for that price. So if you go into this magnifying glass and, you'll see the individual transactions, and it may just be one big guy selling everything at once. It may be, it might take 7 or 8 trades for it to fill your order. It depends, man. But if you ever have any question on what's going on with your order that you put in, click on that magnifying glass and it'll show you some more information. It'll show you all the trades that have been done according to the order. And it'll give you the status of everything. And of course, if there's ever an issue with your order, and I mean a legitimate issue, but if there's ever an issue with your order, you can go ahead and contact support, right? And what I mean by like a legitimate issue is not, hey, I threw my coins up 2 days ago and no one's bought them yet. What's going on? Well, you put your price for 75 cents and no one's paying 75 cents for a Thorn right now. But what I mean by, like, if there's an issue, you know, for example, let's say that you open this up and there are trades down here, you know. So let's say you put in that trade for 2,000 Thorn coins, and it got filled and completed, but the Thorn didn't show up in your dashboard or something, right? Well, then you come down here and you take a look, and everything looks good. It looks, you know, gravy. The status is completed, but you don't have your Thorn. You know, that would be something that you would send a support ticket to Thorn for. You know, or let's say 1,600 of them got filled, and you're wondering, you know, where the hell are my Thorn coins? Because you should see them on your dashboard as they are going. You know, it shouldn't be like it has to completely fill the order before you can do anything with those Thorns. It should be as the trades happen, you should see them in your dashboard balance. But you know, so if there's an issue, Thorn is very, very good about support. They're very good about getting back to you, but they're also very busy. They're working for us, so don't waste their time with some bullshit like, you know, hey, my Thorn coins haven't sold, and I want to know why, and there's no fucking trades happening because you put your price too high. You know, that's on you. You know, or you put your buy order for too low, and no one wants to sell their damn Thorns for 10 cents, man. You know, so be smart when you do contact support, but at the same time, do not be afraid to do so if there's an issue. You know, they're very, very good at getting back to their people. So I want to go ahead and play a little bit of fluff.
Connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can aid you, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. At the end of your feelings is nothing. But
at the end of every principle is a promise. Behind your little feelings, it might not be absolutely nothing at the end of your little feelings. But behind every principle is a promise. And some of you in your life, the reason why you're not at your goal right now, because you just all about your feelings. You all on your feelings. You don't feel like waking up. So who does? Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months, a whole year. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long.
Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back. And I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Decide that you're going to push yourself. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet, and it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it?
This year I will make this goal become a reality. I won't talk about it anymore. I can. I can. I can.
To persevere, I think, is important for everybody. Don't give up. Don't give in. There's always an answer to everything.
All right, guys. With that being said, it's St. Patrick's Day. Have fun tonight. Be safe. If you're going to go ahead and partake, don't drive. And if you are driving, keep your eye on the road, because I'm sure a lot of people think that they are okay to drive and they're not. So be safe. Have fun. I'm going to fucking barbecue, and then I'm going to go see, there's a band that flew in from Dublin, supposedly. I'm going to go watch them and have myself some corned beef. Have a great night, guys.